basically, asexuality is... fuck. So the thing is, if you're asexual or on the asexuality spectrum, there's like so many different things that could mean. Basically, asexuality is just like not experiencing any sexual attraction towards people, just on a basic level. Like you could look at any person in the world and you wouldn't be like, yep, wanna fuck them. But there's like so many different, like there's gray people, gray asexual people who are like usually not attracted to people, but sometimes certain types of people in like a certain moment or a certain type of situation. People who identify as demisexual don't generally experience sexual attraction unless they already have an emotionally close bond with somebody. They will never see a stranger and be like, hey. And there's more. Like it goes on forever. So it's really hard to be just like, yes, this is what asexuality is, confused child. I think by and large the assumption is that asexual people are also aromantic, which means they don't experience any sexual attraction or romantic attraction, and basically are just the crazy cat lady archetype who will die alone knitting socks for their children, which are cats. Not all asexual people are aromantic. People can be heteroromantic, homoromantic, biromantic, panromantic, what the fuck ever. You can be romantically attracted to any gender at any point and you're still asexual. It doesn't invalidate anything. So basically what I'm just trying to tell you about this is you got the sexy blob and you got the feelings blob, and sometimes they intersect and sometimes they don't, and that's fine. Personally, now that we've discussed pretty much every label on the sun, the ones I subscribe to are just straight up asexual, not interested in the sexy times, not feeling it, and panromantic. I can fall in love with pretty much anybody, which are two very difficult things to deal with together. I get kind of a large variety of reactions when I tell people this. There's the, great, cool, what does that mean? Awesome, thank you for caring about my identity enough to ask about it. It does make me sad though that this is the most common response I get when I tell people, because it really just goes to show that mainstream attention doesn't recognize asexuality at all, doesn't really talk about it ever. I've only gotten this, I think, like once. It definitely happens where people will try to tell asexual people like asexuality doesn't exist, that doesn't make any scientific sense, like we're born to reproduce, why? Don't do that with your hands. Okay, never tell somebody that their identity isn't real, regardless of how you feel about it. On occasion, I've tried to tell someone, hey, I'm asexual, and they'll go, oh, don't worry, sweetie, no, you're not. I know you mean well by saying that, but I am, and I don't see that as a bad thing, and you shouldn't either. Every person has really different parameters with like touch. Personally, I do have a romantic orientation, so if we're on that level, like hand holding, cuddling, whatever is all great with me, that's fine. But as for like sexual touching, what am I doing? I'm sure if you like press the right buttons, it would like physically feel nice. But the best way I can explain the difference is kind of like, imagine you're in a car with like 3 of your best friends and you're just driving, you're hanging out, the radio's on, it's great, and all of a sudden this song comes on and all your friends go batshit. They are suddenly in love with this song, and all of a sudden they're singing the song in their own spare time. They're finding other people to sing the song with. This is all a metaphor. And you're just kind of sitting there, hanging out, wondering how people might react if you were to tell them you're not really sure what's so great about that song. Basically, when it comes to asexuality, please just educate yourself and be supportive to your ace friends. And if you have any questions about how to be supportive to your ace friends, 1, ask your ace friends. 2, you can come to me if you want. I like talking to people. Any social media is fine. Just chat and it'll be good.